That's the question, right? Capital THE. So Tarlov is dead wrong, and I'll say it flat out. And Jessica, you can reach out to me on X if you want to debate me on this, but you're dead wrong. The Bureau, well, let me say this first. Ask yourself, I wish I had come on with you before Tarlov.
I know, I was just saying that. I was like, damn it, I wish I had interviewed John because he would know this stuff. I know, I knew it was wrong, but I didn't know the answer because I've heard you talk about it and people like you. But the problem is when you're not an expert, you kind of walk away going, okay, that was totally effed up and that can't happen again. That makes me not trust the Biden administration or the people behind it. But you don't retain it in such a way that you can regurgitate it accurately. It's just not what I do. Anyway, so go.
So I'll say this, and for anybody in our world who's listening, who might interview Jessica or someone on the left or a Dem spokesperson, why did Joe Biden backdate his pardons to 2014? And I'll tell you why he did that. Because 2014 was the year Hunter Biden took his board seat with Burisma in Ukraine. It was the year all of the financial corruption started. So the Hunter Biden laptop absolutely was valid. We know that now. We know the 51 intelligence officials flat out lied to the American people on behalf of Biden. Thankfully, Trump stripped all their security clearances and he pulled a bunch of their security details. The right move. And we now know that Joe Biden's brother was pardoned. We know his brother was the conduit and the go-between. But the most important piece of this is the FBI had that laptop. They knew it was valid. They lied. They flat out lied to the American people. And Joe Biden confirmed that lie when he backdated the pardons for everybody involved with his family business dealings and what might have been on that laptop, including Anthony Fauci. He backdated all those pardons to 2014, the year Hunter went on Burisma's board. You don't have to be a trained investigator. You don't have to be an investigative journalist. Anybody with common sense can see exactly what went on there. So when you put it all together, it builds a better than circumstantial case that the Biden laptop wasn't only valid and wasn't only real, which we know it was now, but that it implicated some very powerful people and names you know. And I don't think Biden could have pardoned them all without a massive scandal that would have toppled the Democratic Party. So he pardoned the ones closest to him. You asked another good question. Biden's mental faculties weren't there. So who was pulling the strings? Right? I think Barack Obama was in the mix there. I think Susan Rice was in the mix there. I think the big lobbies, Lloyd Austin and the military industrial complex, they have made billions upon billions in Ukraine. You know, Jillian, about a year ago, Elon Musk put out a great tweet. It went unnoticed. And he said, why are only the biggest defense contractors being paid with American funds going to Ukraine and the mid-level ones are not? Well, he was right. I looked into it, and it was all of Lloyd Austin, the Secretary of Defense's buddies, right? All of the companies he worked with, he sat on the board of one, he was contemporaries with all the power players and C-suite execs at the other. They were getting paid. No one else was. Where is the rest of that money? We've given Ukraine more money. Most people don't know this metric. We've given Ukraine more money than Russia's entire military GDP. And they keep asking for more. Where the hell is it going? So yeah, the laptop was real and it implicated some very powerful people in some really nasty and dirty things.
You know, I knew about Fauci's pardon back to 2014.
Yeah.
And the reason that I was able to determine for that was because that's the year that he put bioweapons labs in Ukraine.
Correct. Yep.
And that
it all went back to Ukraine. Yep.
Wow. God damn. I also knew that BlackRock had the contract to rebuild Ukraine, and they were the top controllers of some of these massive defense contractors. Did you happen to see Lex Fridman just did an interview with Zelensky, and Zelensky actually said, and I couldn't believe it, he's like, we didn't get that money. That went to all these companies that gave us weapons. Like, we're not holding
I don't believe
cash.
him.
You don't believe him. Interesting. Okay. Really?
I think he got, I think he